What's up everybody, welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Derek and in today's video what we're going to be discussing is going to be two popular cases for the new S25 Ultra. Let's go and get started. Alright, so the first case that we're going to be looking at today is going to be the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case. So you can see here that this case is a little bit more interesting and different because of the fact that it has kind of like an X-ray image that I believe is a really high quality sticker added to the back of the case. Other than that, the rest of the case is going to be clear. You can see that here on the where it would hug on the frames, it is going to be nice and clear. And something I like about this case is the fact that the frame area, the kind of like the sides of the case, is flat. And so the reason why I like that is because it kind of imitates the same feeling as if you're going to be using or holding the S25 Ultra. For those of you who are not familiar with S25 Ultra's new design language, you can see here that the frame is going to be flat, and then obviously you have the rounded corners. The reason why the S25 Ultra as well as the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case make a really good combo is because when you put the case on, it doesn't take away from the natural feel of the S25 Ultra. But this case is actually one of Spigen's kind of newer designs for the S25 Ultra. Something that you can see inside of the case is going to be the fact that it has the MagSafe ready, meaning that you can have your S25 Ultra have a kind of MagSafe charger, and then you could see here that the MagSafe case is going to hold on to that MagSafe device, be that a wallet, a battery, or maybe you have an Insta360 phone gimbal like this, and you want to go ahead and attach your phone case like that. So obviously the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra is not in the case as of yet. And in terms of capability, the case does seem to have that air cushion technology in the corners that Spigen cases are known for. And then the cutouts are super precise. So on the outside of the case, you could feel a little bit of texture on some of the portions, but then on the inside, you could also feel a little bit of texture. So I feel like it's dual layered. There's, I don't know if it's a sticker or not, but there's going to be kind of like this white material inside. And then on the outside of the case, this is a different set of stickers. So it's not fused into the plastic. I want to say it's better than stickers, but it's not quite paint. I don't know. It's very interesting. But regardless of the fact, another reason why I like this case is because I got the Samsung exclusive, the Jet Black S25 Ultra from the website. And one of the things that I don't like about phone cases is the fact that your case is pretty much going to hide the beauty of your phone. And so this case kind of doesn't do that. I mean, yeah, sure, it's covered up, but there are little areas in there that you can see the actual color of your phone. So as I kind of give a review on this case, the one thing that I always look for in cases, especially with the modern smartphones where the camera modules are on one side of the back of the phone, is going to see, does the case wobble? The whole concept of the camera modules being on one side of the backing of the phone and then your phone just kind of like wobbling on the desk with or without a case just drives me absolutely bonkers. And so I know I'm a little bit crazy for that, but maybe there are a few of you out there that are like me where you just want to have your phone lie flat on the table. All right, so let's go and put this phone case on the S25 Ultra. I am using a Spigen tempered glass on the actual front portion of the display, and so there shouldn't be any type of issues in terms of compatibility or screen or case friendly situations with the tempered glass as well as the case. So let's go and put this case in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just snap the bottom in first and then the top. And so this has actually been the case that I've been using for the last week or so. One thing I don't like about clear cases in general is the fact that it can get really slippery. And that is somewhat true with this case because, I mean, the sides are still really slippery or potentially slippery, but the back portion, like I said earlier, this is like sticker or painted on or some type of textured material on the back side of the case, which gives you that little bit of gripability. It is slippery, but it's not as slippery as if it was just going to be a regular clear case without the kind of textures on the back. So kudos to Spigen for that. In terms of the cutouts, again, we have the air cushion technology, little bubble right there. And then we have a little cutout at the top of the S25 Ultra right there. And then on the volume side, you can see that there is a volume rocker right there and then the power button. The power button does have a little bit of a gripped texture on it, so that way you can distinguish between the volume rockers and the power button itself. itself. Both of them feel really good. They both are really clicky and responsive. I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with that. Continuing down to the bottom of the case, we then have the cutout for the USB-C portion, as well as the speaker grill right next to it, and then the infamous S Pen slot, which is going to be right there. So since I use the S Pen for a lot of document signatures and photo editing and things like that, being able to access the S Pen quickly through a case is going to be pivotal to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and take out the S Pen really quick, and it works really well. Yes, the S Pen is protected. Yes, that corner where the S Pen is also protected, but the case is kind of indented just enough so that way you can go ahead and see that the S Pen is kind of poking out there, and then I can go ahead and pull it out right like this. So it's really simple to do that. I don't think that this case is going to have any hindrance to using the S Pen, as well as any hindrance to protecting your phone. So another thing that's going to be important to me for the back portion of the case is going to be the camera cutouts. You can see here that it's pretty easily cut out. It's not going to be a cutout for each of the camera lenses, but you can see there that it is precisely cut. And then it does have a little bit of a raised edge here, which is going to add for a little bit of camera lens protection. So I guess that kind of answers my question about if this phone is going to wobble, but let's go ahead and try it out really quick. And honestly, it doesn't wobble. I wonder why that is. Oh, so because there has a little bit of a raised plastic edge around the camera module, you can actually see right here that there is going to be a little bit of a raised corner on each of the four corners of the phone. But each of these four corners all have a little bit of a raised kind of plastic portion. It's not something you actually notice in terms of feeling while you're holding the phone. I again, have been using this case for the last week and I didn't even know until just now. But these kind of raised plastic corner edges are going to allow for the phone to lay flat and not wobble on the desk. So this is wonderful because of the fact that, let's say you have your S Pen and you are going to sign a document or what have you, you can take your S Pen out and then you could just go ahead and write, and then your phone isn't going to wobble back and forth while it's laying on the desk. Overall, I would have to say this case is a 9.78 out of 10 for me. The only reason why it didn't get a full 10 out of 10 for me is because I do wish that they added a little bit of grip or texture on the side here while keeping the sides of the case flats, maybe just a few ridges or maybe some type of texturization there, so that way when I'm holding the phone, it's not like super slippery. But overall, I really like this case. I like the design. It feels light. It doesn't make the already lightweight S25 Ultra feel any heavy. And so even though I'm not a case person, this is probably going to be the one that I use regularly. So as I take the case off, it's pretty simple to take off. You just start off with one corner at the top or bottom of the case and you just work your way around. And just for full disclosure, I am not affiliated with Spigen. I purchased these cases because one of you all actually emailed me asking if I could go ahead and do a review on this S25 Ultra case. So if you are the one who requested me to review this case, I hope you have your answer now. Another case that I decided to go and pick up because I just kind of like the design of it, and that's going to be another Spigen case. This is going to be the Spigen Parallax case. And so this case is going to come in different colors. And so this case is going to be the blue one, and it's very, very subtly blue. In certain colors, it looks black, but this kind of square, cubish looking design here is, I guess, what they're calling the Parallax. It is textured, so you could feel some indentations in there. And then when you look at it, it looks like it could be cubes or rectangles or pyramids, and then it just kind of stacks onto each other. It's kind of like a weird illusion. It's super cool. You can also see here in the back, there's going to be that one accent stripe. I think that's just a really sophisticated design. And this case, again, is going to be a MagSafe ready type case. So again, if you have like your Insta360 magnet, you could go ahead and attach it like that. Or maybe you have a MagSafe battery because you're coming from iPhone. You could have a MagSafe battery and then you can go ahead and attach the case over to the actual battery. Again, all magnetic. This case does accomplish that for you. So aside from the just general sophistication of the look of this case, something that I noticed that this case does have that the Ultra Hybrid did not have is going to be the ridges for gripability on the sides of the actual case. And that goes all the way around. So top to bottom and then left to right. And so the cutouts look really clean and precise. And then it looks like this one is going to be wobbling, maybe ever so slightly. So again, this case is really lightweight. I don't think it's going to add too much weight to the actual S25 Ultra. So let's go ahead and take our S25 Ultra here and let's go ahead and put it in, So one corner at a time, and then you could see here, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of place it in. And so this case feels really good. I like that textured feeling in the back. I have used this case maybe once or twice in the last week because I've been using both cases interchangeably to see which one I really like better. And this one I feel is ever so slightly heavier than the Ultra Hybrid case, but because of the fact that it has the ridges for gripability on the side, it feels really good. Now, one thing that I liked about the Ultra Hybrid case was the flat sections on the side of the case. This one has a little bit more of a curved side on the actual case, so it doesn't quite mimic that flat S25 Ultra frame. It does kind of give a little bit of curvature, so when you're holding it. And liking this is going to be super subjective to the person who's holding it because of the fact that some people will argue the fact that that rounded curvature on the side of the case makes it a little bit more easier to hold, whereas some will argue that the case having that curvature is going to make the phone a little bit more bulky. And so please don't get me wrong, both of these cases are slim cases. They both offer really good protection. They are just going to be offering two different types of designs. So obviously you could see with the Ultra Hybrid, it's going to be a clear and kind of X-ray design. And then this Parallax case is going to be kind of a trippy design. It is pretty cool. You have to actually see it in person in order to see how trippy it looks. But the cutouts here on the Parallax Spigen case are really, really well cut out. The USB-C, the S Pen port, and the speaker grill, really nice cutouts as well. The buttons as well as the power button are nice and reactive. It doesn't feel like they are hindered in any way. And so it's just a really, really good case. For the camera portion here, you can see it is going to share the same similar cutout as the Ultra Hybrid, and it's going to have a little bit of a raised plastic perimeter around the camera for a little bit of extra lens protection. But something that I learned with the Ultra Hybrid case is that the Ultra Hybrid case had these little raised corners, and now that I'm looking at it, this Parallax case does not have any raised corners. It kind of is just a flat corner. So this one I think will for sure rock a little bit on the table. Actually, it rocks ever so slightly. It does wobble a little bit. I mean, when I say a little bit, it's like kind of have to press on it to make it rock. So if you're using S25 Ultra and then you have your S Pen out and you're writing in your phones on your desk or what have you, you are actually going to notice a little bit of wobble, but it's not going to be like substantial compared to if you're going to be using like a Fataka type case. And again, this is going to be a MagSafe case, so you can go ahead and do that. So that way, if you have like a MagSafe wallet or a MagSafe charger or MagSafe whatever, it is going to be compatible with your S25 Ultra. All right, everybody, super short video today. Again, I'm just reviewing these two cases because one of you asked me to do so, and I want to make sure I fulfill your request here on YouTube so that way you can get your answers sooner rather than later. And I forgot to give the Parallax case a grade. Honestly, I would have to give it a 9.99 out of 10. Even though I like the Ultra Hybrid case out of here, the Ultra Hybrid case is just a little bit slippery compared to the Parallax case. And so because the Parallax case has a little bit of a different texture, maybe a different type of plastic, it makes holding the phone a little bit easier. Regardless if you have an S25 Ultra phone or not, if you found this video informative, educational, or maybe at the very least entertaining, please hit that like and subscribe button down below so that way the YouTube algorithm thinks that I'm a cool person. Also, last but not least, I am going to put the Amazon web links in the description box below for both of these cases. Thanks for watching.